and gentlemen, my name is Conrad, or Liberty United, whatever you prefer. This is Politically Skewed, where we will have undisputed political discussions about anything I deem fit. First on the list, we're going over the political news of the week. This is a new show. Please tell this. This is on LNN Politics, LNN, Liberty News Network. I'm the newest anchor for Thursday. Send me every Thursday. I'll be there every week. So this week, some new political news is that Hillary Clinton, and Bill Clinton's daughter is deciding not to run for president. And we're going to get some thoughts on this. But my initial thought for this right now is that I think that it's a good choice. I mean, whatever you deem fit, I'm trying to be the least biased as I can be. But that's some news right there. And that basically means is that she is not going to run for public office, for president, for the Senate, for mayor. She's deemed it out, and that has been confirmed. I have my sources from CBS News and from Politico. Google it, Safari it, Chrome it, do whatever you search it up. It has been confirmed. Now, going to Trump approval ratings. Now, Trump, many of you know, President Trump. His approval ratings are right now 40% in the month of March, the beginning. When he was first inaugurated, it was 39%. And so this is going to have a great deal on the American people. So many people are very supportive of Trump. Many people despise Trump. You know, many people from the left despise him, and some people from the right despise him. So, excuse me for a minute. This basically means that many of you do not know what approval rating is. It means the American people's general thought on how Trump is doing. So, with Trump, directly, he is not doing the best. So, we are going to, he's not doing the best. So, I personally think that Trump is not going to do that. Trump is not doing so well so far. He's have some low approval ratings. And my general opinion on this, I think they will rise as more people are going to realize, or they're going to fall. I think they're going to rise because people are going to realizing that Trump is going to, I think he's going to get better. It's only his first 100 days, it's like day 79, 80. That's just a general basis. Do not quote me on that. So, I think that the general idea is that Trump is going to do better in the coming 4 years. And I feel like to get the urgency if he's going to get reelected in 2020 is if he's going to do some more. He's going to have to win over some members of the left to some members of the right. See, he has not won over the general direction of the Republican Party. See, many people confuse conservatives for Republicans. Republicans are much different than conservatives. Excuse me there. Republicans, the grand old party, the GOP, not have the same values as conservatives. See, conservatives, they're a lot more far to the right. And if you don't know the stages of the right, we have the four political spectrum. It's a four. So, excuse me there. The authoritarian left is communists. They're very control, like Stalin, Gorbachev, members of this Kim Jong-un, many leaders of communists. The authoritarian right is very controlative too, like Hitler. Trump's up there in the authoritarian right. Hitler and Trump, like there's the neo-Nazis up there along with the communists. And the libertarian right, people like me, libertarians, people who are small government. So you may have to change the angle a little bit. People who are pro-small government and things. And the libertarian left includes maybe social democrats. And then there's also the communists, but anarchists, like Kropotkin. I've had experience. I was an anarchist at one point, sadly. I realized that it does not work. Anarchy does not work. And that's going to bring us to our next subject. Excuse me. Anarchy. Anarchy, let me explain it to you. No government. People make it. So, I've debated anarchists before. They're not on video, but I have. and from a former anarchist, I can say, yeah, it seems great that there's no government, there's nothing there. But in reality, like, you can't really, it doesn't function because the government is, as much as the government needs to be limited, you need it there because you need to regulate things. You need to make things work. And they need to be there to regulate things. With no government, who's going to fund the police? Who's going to fund firefighters? When somebody dies, people say, well, we'll form what's the word here? You're going to form a group of people who are going to go after that. A vigilantism. So the vigilantes of the anarchist society are going to go after the murderer or the rapist or the frauder or whoever committed a crime, and they're going to punish them what they deem fit. Now, the bad thing is about that is that people are going to take that out of control. You are going to take an anarchist society with vigilantes. Vigilantes do not have common sense. Vigilantes, as much as they like them, like whistleblowers, vigilantes will not do what's right for the people, and they will do that for their own personal gain, and that is wrong. So that is why anarchy, there's nothing to fund. The communism with anarchy doesn't fit, because communism requires a tight grip on because people are not going to share. It's human nature that to say, I'm going to go share. Everything's collective. Like, there's no property. Everything's owned collectively. It doesn't work like that. If you knew basic economics and you knew basic human nature, it's been proven by science that humans will not share collectively. Humans like their own personal space. Animals like it. Animals, dogs, cats. Animals will pee or they will mark their own territory. They will mark their own territory. And with that, when they mark their own territory, this is one dog's box, he barks it. And the other animal, they're not going to combine. That's just not how it works. People are animals. You forget, evolution is very true. As much as I am a Roman Catholic, I still believe in evolution. I believe God. We're not going to get into religion. That's for politics, not religion. So, evolutionary science has proven that animals and humans are animals, they will not share collectively. That's why with true communism cannot work. Communism must be forced or it is not going to work. If you force people to share, they'll do it. They're not going to like you. And we saw in 1991 or 1992, which I do not know the same exact day. Sorry about that. I will work on that. Excuse me for that. Don't quote me on whatever I said. But in 1991, 1992, whenever the Soviet Union, the USSR disbanded, people threw off communism, and people were sick of it because you have farmers who weren't giving all their food and grain to the poor people. They weren't giving everything they owned to share collectively. They're getting thrown in gulags. They were dying. They're being forced to work, and people like that. But that's why communism and anarchy doesn't work. Anarchy, people will not do it voluntary. Voluntarism will not only work for certain things. Voluntarism will not work for communism. And socialism and voluntarism, they don't really mix either. Capitalism and voluntarism are good. Explain why. They are because, in theory, capitalism, as I see it, capitalism, basic idea. Just let me grab something down. So, you're selling a product. What do you want? Let's say you're selling tacos. Just random examples. So that tacos or pizza, food. So you're selling food, and somebody wants to buy that food. You'll set a certain price, and they'll buy it. You get your money, so you can buy more food and get more money. That people walks away with a pizza, or a hamburger, or a taco, or a burrito, or some meat, or a steak. They walk away with anything. They walk away happy, you do. Now, people say, communists and socialists say, well, without regulation, they'll be charged, the capitalist pigs, they'll charge too much. The thing is with that, is that you can say to them, the people who charge that much, right, nobody will buy their product. And when nobody buys your product, you won't make any money. You're stuck with that whole bunch of product and nobody's making it. And that person, they'll find other people. They're created on their own. That is how communism does not work. Capitalism does. Prime example, Chile. Chile used to be 4 times poorer than Venezuela. Now, Chile is 2 times richer than Venezuela with capitalism. Venezuela is in economic debt and economic crisis because of socialism. So is Greece. Britain's becoming less socialist. They're moving away from the EU. Things like that don't work anymore. It does not work. Capitalism is the way to go. Communism does not work. Capitalism is a prime example of how things work. Moving on from that, we are going to discuss now. We are now going to discuss the nomination of Supreme Court Neil Gorsuch. Excuse me if that's wrong. Okay. Excuse me. Democrats are blocking his nomination and solely for political bias. He is a Republican. They don't like that. See, the great thing about our government is that they have every right to do that. They, as much as I don't agree with it, they're right. They can do whatever they want. But the one thing is that I don't get is that with Republicans, you cannot call out Democrats for blocking things when you do the same exact thing for Democrats. As much as I'm not a Democrat, you can't be that. You can't be a hypocrite like that. That's too hypocritical. So I support your reasoning. Democrats and Republicans, you can block whatever you want. Party of no, both of you are. You can't call the other one out. You did the same exact thing. I do not take hypocrites. There's many Republicans who I know who are hypocrites. There's many Democrats who I know are hypocrites. There's a lot of people that are hypocrites, and hypocrism is not good. So, moving back to that, I feel that Neil Gorsuch is, remember, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm sorry if anybody's watching, they get offended. I am sorry. Comment down below or tell me if I'm saying it wrong. But anyway, so the common idea is that I think he's going to get nominated. I think he's going to be a good justice. Might be better than Antonin Scalia. And there's many people that I know who, for the Supreme Court, they don't like Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She's a Democrat. She's doing a good job. I like the way, so far, the Supreme Court. Now, the states, actually no, let's move on to legal marijuana, since Illinois, the state where I live in, is going to legalize it soon, and Canada is probably going to have it legalized by 2018, July. I am for the legalization of marijuana, recreational, and medicine-wise. As much as I would never smoke it recreational, if I had a medical problem, I would smoke it. And I would do it proudly because it's a good plant. It's a plant where you let people drink and you let them smoke. Marijuana is worse, but not as worse. It's better than those. You're banning it? It doesn't make any sense. It should be up to the states. It should be drugs. I feel like they should be decriminalized, and it should be a medical problem instead of a criminal problem. Because look at Finland. They decriminalized all drugs, and their drug rate has gone down. And you have the whole thing where these teenagers who are ODing and they're overdosing and they're dying. They want to be rebels. The kids who want to be rebels, they're all dying. If you decriminalize them, they're not going to be thinking it's cool anymore. And it is a medical problem. There's addiction as a problem. It's a big problem. And that's why I feel that marijuana and drugs should be legalized. Now, I would never do drugs. I would never do them. Terrible consequences. But, excuse me there. If you're going to have legal marijuana, or legal alcohol, excuse me on that. Legal alcohol and legal smoking, cigarettes and tobacco, pipes and cigars. You, honestly, shouldn't want to ban marijuana because it's the same exact thing. So, yeah. I feel like, tell me what your thoughts are. But, let's move on to our next subject now. On the subject of, let me think. Okay. Yeah, the project of Betsy, not Betsy DeVos. Excuse me there for a second. We're going to move on with Jeff Sessions and Larry Flynt on the Trump-Russia scandal. Now, in my opinion, it's wrong what he did. As much as Hillary did the same, Hillary didn't contact with the Kremlin. No, Hillary is corrupt and so is Trump. But what they did was wrong, and I feel like, I don't know if Trump had any direction, but he should get rid of the members who did. If he knows about it, it'd be in his best interest to do it. We are now approaching on the 4-minute mark of the show. They're going to be 20-minute shows, and it will gradually increase if I want to. But right now, I feel as if that it'd be in best interest to call these people out, because scandals are bad. Scandalism is bad. You shouldn't be. It's not good. When you're contacting the Kremlin to get elected, it's just bad. We don't know yet, but so far, Flynt has stopped. Excuse me if I said Jeff Sessions. It's not been confirmed yet. But Flynt has resigned because of his contacts with Russia, and that, in my opinion, is bad. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, that is bad. And I feel as if that Trump needs to call out everybody what they're doing. Because he can't have that much corruption. Because people are going to associate with him. And that is bad. Approaching 3 minutes now left. Our last subject is Canada, free speech, and Islam. So, Canada right now is banning anti-Islamic speech. See, I have no problem with Muslims. I have no problem with Christians. I have no problem with Jews. No problem with any religion. But that is banning free speech. Great thing about the United States, you can say what you want. And I feel as if Canada's going to do that. That's just bad. Attack on free speech. It's words. As much as people want to say words can hurt. Words can influence decisions that people make. Words do not directly harm somebody. I cannot say to somebody, you're stupid. They will not have bruises on their arm, their face, their leg. They will not have any bruises. It can influence them to do irrational decisions, and I'm not going to say them, but we all know what they are. And the people who do that, it's sad. Well, they should get help, and it's sad. And if you have a member of that has happened to them, I am sorry, but it just influences them as much as I would never say that. And I do not condone it in any shape, way, or form. I am directly against it. It's still free speech. And I know those people, they'll do the same thing. Free speech is an important thing. Those people can say what they want, and you can say what you want. And I feel like as if Canada, that's just going to affect them. Because now many people are already saying that this is an attack. And there's already been many issues, like Milo Yiannopoulos getting banned off of Twitter. Him not being able to speak at UC Berkeley. Conservatives and Democrats alike and liberals being blocked because of political reasons. That is wrong. I will fight for free speech. And I do say that this is very important. Free speech cannot be this. Free speech, the First Amendment, is one of the most important things we can do here. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our show. Sorry, that's the end. But remember, my name is Conrad or Liberty United. Follow me on Instagram at liberty.united3. No spaces, no caps. I post a lot more libertarian content, and I'll see you there. But as remember, ladies and gentlemen, stay skewed, stay politically skewed, and I'll see you next Thursday with more hot action drama. Thank you for watching this, and goodbye, folks.